And we'll call this sales form. Make it real nice and easy. Finish that up. And we'll do the same for marketing. We'll call that marketing forum. Make it nice and easy. And he wants to see what's going on in here, so open that up. Oh, some folks just playing around. Well, back to business, you two. Alright. Save that. Close that. Just to be sure everything's working on the server side. Open it up. Marketing there. Oh, stick to business. Alright. Back to business. And that's all the features here for Windows Server 2003. Alright, now that we've taken a look at the Windows side and taken a look at roaming profiles and the file sharing, we're going to take a look at the Linux server and the FTP server on the Linux server and the ability to log in as an Active Directory user on the Linux clients. Let's take a look at that now. First, we're going to take a look at some of the DNS changes. You'll notice that we've got the Ubuntu client and the Ubuntu server there, and you'll also notice that I've added an alias for the Ubuntu server as FTP, so that way I can log into the project or the Ubuntu server as ftp.project.dom. It makes it a little bit easier for our users. Alright. Here we are at the Ubuntu client. I've logged in at the normal login screen as Alice with Alice's password, her Active Directory password. We'll notice she has her sales share here and her text document with the same information as it had before. Actually, I think she added a little bit here. Oh, a little hi from Alex on Linux. Look at that. How nice of her. We'll close that out. Close that out. And let's take a look at FTP access. Here we are at the terminal, and we'll just use the plain old terminal FTP. And we're going to open ftp.project.dom. And it's connecting over to the Ubuntu server at project.dom. And in a second it will connect. There we are. It's going to ask us for our username, which is going to be Alice, obviously, and her password, which is her Active Directory password. And there we are. Now we can list the files, and she's got a new file in there. It probably doesn't have anything in it, seeing as how it's 0 bytes. I think I created that a little earlier from a different account. Each FTP account has their own access to their own file area and only access to their own file area. In the future, this can be changed to allow access based on privileges or allow access to certain file areas based on groups or whatnot. But there we are with the FTP access. And she has access to her sales share. Let's see if she has access to some of the other shares on the server here. We'll jump over to the server 3. Now I notice that that's our sales folder, and let's open up the marketing folder, which, as we note from before, Alice does not have access to. It's asking for a password. We'll type in Alice's Active Directory password, because that's the only one she knows. And it says unable to mount, which means we do not have permission to mount that folder. Close that out, as it should be. Alright, so there we have it. We've got login access for Active Directory users on our Linux computers. We have an FTP server running on our Ubuntu server. We can take a look at the admin panel for that. And we'll notice that we have Alice logging in and logging out. And there we are. And so there we have it. We have got our project.dom, which is running Windows Server 2003 with being the domain controller, running Active Directory and all of these other services. And we've got our Linux server with an FTP server and services to allow Active Directory integration, and our Linux client, which can accept users with Active Directory accounts.